know what it is. You know who it is.
OG Lee in the house. Once again.
Yeah, once again. OG
Thank
Lee.
goodness. Thank goodness.
It's OG Lee. It's UNDE, man.
In the place to be.
And the only way we gotta lead it off, bro. How you feeling, man? How is OG Lee feeling today? Because today is a different day, not like yesterday.
No, man. Every day above water, man, or whatever they say, above ground, or every day above ground, or whatever.
Above water. That's where you going when it's all said and done.
Above water.
That's what you just said.
I said every day above water, meaning I guess if you're above water, you're not drowning. You know, but yeah, every day's good, man.
That's good to hear, bro. That's good to hear.
Mm-hmm. Always get to spend time with my grandkids every day. So that's a real good thing. See those third generation or whatever it is.
It is clutch, man.
Yeah.
How is that? Because, I mean, the viewers don't know, of course, but you get to live right next door to the grandkids. How's that for you?
It's beautiful, man. To be able to see that every day.
Day by day.
Yeah.
That is a clutch one.
Day to day, because, kids grow up quick, man, nowadays. Period. Time passes, but they grow up so quick nowadays that shit, if you don't see them, it's like, out of sight, out of mind sometimes, you know what I'm saying? When they're really, really far away.
Yeah.
That you might call them and even now do FaceTime, but it's nothing like just being right there.
In the flesh. But yeah, I live with them and they are growing up fast, man.
Yeah.
Fast.
That time goes quick, man. Because they spend more time out of the house than they do in the house, really.
That's a fact.
It
takes a village.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a village, man. But I said fast, right? You know how the new school mind.
Fast as in don't eat?
Right. I just said fast. And in my mind, it came across slim fast is really what came to my mind when I said fast, right?
Slim fast.
Which brought up one of my topics I had to ask OG Lee, man.
I don't know. I just can't do just a liquid diet. You know what I'm saying?
That's what Slim Fast was, right? A liquid diet?
Yeah, straight
up. Do
those
exist? Do diets like that exist anymore? Are people going hard on like name brand diets? Is that a thing?
I think there still are, although I don't know which
I don't know a single one, bro. It's like they used to be marketed different or something.
They still do them, I'm sure, if they, depending on what circles you travel in.
Mm-hmm.
But that was Dick Gregory's claim to fame at first. Of course, he was a comedian and all that. But he had that Bahamian diet.
Straight liquids?
That you would, your powder type shit you mix with something, I think it was. And then they went to cans where you could just buy it already mixed or whatever.
Mr. That's what a doodle is, boy?
Yeah.
Mr. That's what a doodle. but look, I thought of Slim Fast, right?
Yeah, Slim Fast is commercial now.
But it brought up
commercial.
The topic.
Yeah.
And it is, how do you tell, a loved one, a close friend that they're overweight or that they could lose some weight? Is there like what's the best course of action?
First, you got to remember, before you say anything, you got to remember 4 words.
Okay. I'll turn my ears on. They'll sound like some wise words coming. I got you.
If I were you.
Mm-hmm.
If I were you. Because you don't know what you're getting ready to tell them is 100%. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you always have to say, if I were you, and you're just kind of recommending something. But that is probably not the first way to come in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You probably need to...
You're not out the gate, you're saying leading the convo with that?
Right. Like, you're going to be... You might even look at it as something that might have to come in phases, depending on the relationship you have with the person.
Yeah.
But, you really need to be delicate with that, especially if it's across the genders.
That's what I was about to say. Does it differ male or female?
Yeah, with a male, because a male, most of the time, he knows he's fat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You could look down, most males, when you consider yourself fat, you get it right there, the gut, basically.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Really.
And so, you're fat.
Yeah.
It's a lot of men when they eat a lot,
You do that?
They drink and all that shit. They start getting damn near proud of their fucking stomach and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? The only danger with that is if you really don't want it, it's hard to lose once you get it. You know what I'm saying?
How do you know when you get to that fat point? You know, you say you know. You know what I mean?
One motherfucking thing
know?
that most people could pay attention to if they will, and that's grunting.
leisure activity.
Once a motherfucker start grunting, and a lot of times, see, once you start doing it, you don't pay attention to it, right?
Yeah.
So if you start saying, let me be conscious of it, you start noticing, yeah, what I bend down and shit like that, I do this, I do that, I'm grunting, that's one good sign. Mm-hmm. And then outgrowing your motherfucking clothes.
Oh yeah.
Outgrowing your clothes and shit, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think I've ever got to that point in my life. I might have like a shirt, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for the most part, I kind of just rock the same clothes. Year in and year out. Bummy.
Hey, just because you... And I'm not saying it's about you personally.
Yeah.
But...
just because I rock it, I'm not fitting them?
Right. And a lot of people need to be told this. Maybe including myself. But just because you rock it don't mean that, okay. You know what I'm saying, that it's fitting you.
This right. This is
you see dudes,
right
man,
here,
sometimes with, T-shirts, man, 2-3 sizes too small.
Look like a linebacker and they ain't playing nothing.
Got his shit showing like a stripper.
Got the midriff.
Like, nigga, why is your stomach showing?
Look like he's had some pads on.
You trying to turn somebody on, nigga, or what? Why would your stomach be out? That's just foul, you know what I'm saying?
Got the belly in the face. Bro, but hey, with the weight thing, at this point is
Hey, this is the problem with that. Mm-hmm. And this still could happen.
Tell me what it is, bruh.
Michelle Obama is still a potential candidate. And that's what we need to save America.
I told you that.
I'm saying it. I'm reiterating it then. Mm-hmm. Because the problem with people, losing weight nowadays is there's very little pressure on them. Huh? Why?
We're not fat shaming anymore?
Because 85% of the people you look at around you are fat. Mm. And so it's like, okay, who's going to call me fat when, hey, look at you? You know what I'm saying? Okay. And a lot of people have just given up on it, like, because people are really depressed. They don't want to admit that. And that's one of the main things with depression is you fucking start eating, Mm-hmm. And so you really have to think about that, man. And it's hard to lose weight because most people don't think of that as something that is incremental. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for, like you said, on these diets, slim fast. That's the name of it, right? It gives you no question about what this thing in this can purports to do. Mm-hmm. Slim fast, right? That's what people are looking at, right?
Yeah.
Immediate gratification. You didn't eat all them fat ass hamburgers. We ate all of these kind of donuts. We ate all these cakes and cookies. And then you want to slim fast?
I'm going to knock that out, knock it on quick. That's
not making any sense.
We want it right now.
But the reality of it is not that. So that when you look at it like that and it doesn't happen like that, then you're discouraged, right? And you come off your diet. You fall off your diet. And next thing you know, for some reason, when you're on a diet, it seems like when you come off of it, it like doubles down on you. Just like that. Before you know it, you're like, damn, I didn't put on more than I was on before.
It's like a drug, bro. It's like a hard crash.
And then if you really think about of the things that people eat, mm-hmm. and you think about them saying they put these ingredients in there specifically for you to get addicted, if you think consciously, maybe you could, look at it and say, I'm going to change up. But it's hard to maintain that, man.
That bit by bit, that every mickle make a muckle.
Yeah. Right? I thought it was a joke at first when I saw them marketing. They were selling like, 3 burgers and shit like that, right?
Oh, triple?
Yeah. When you look at somebody
have
eat
you
that,
had one of those before?
I'm not going to ever have one.
A triple stack?
Well, why wouldn't the same taste be with a double?
I'm telling you.
Why would one more burger?
If you had a triple stack, you're a wild boy.
one more burger is not going to do anything to the taste. So if it tastes good with 3 burgers, it would taste good with 2. If it tastes good with 2, it tastes good with 1. You know what I'm saying? So why would I put all of that shit? Even though they starting to advertise that it's not even meat that we're putting that we're not, that we're putting in there.
We don't got enough cows,
you know what I'm saying?
To eat how we want to eat.
Right.
Shit,
so you loving the taste of it, and you got to really ask yourself, what is that I'm eating? And you look at somebody when they're eating a 3 burger. Some people with a 2 burger. It doesn't even like fit in their mouth. All of this shit is like,
they're making
it's like, why the hell would you? And I see some people, it's like I hate it. It's especially when they eat pizza. It's like they're forcing themselves to eat. It's like I'm looking at the person and they're cramming that in their mouth, and I'm like, is someone forcing you to eat that shit?
I must say, bro.
I mean, because I'm looking at them like, what the fuck are you doing?
I gotta say though, in the same breath,
it's like you're attacking yourself.
Competitive eating. My 600-pound life, disgustingly intriguing.
I haven't seen that. I've seen, the title somewhere, and I think I saw it once or twice.
You got something that's streaming it, bro.
That makes no sense, man. And when you let people, that's damn near like when you let a gangster or something get
seasons.
get popular from showing the type of shit they doing. Mm-hmm. That encourages people to stay fat and shit. If I can get on TV and show my fat, disgusting life.
600, like they're trying to get there.
And there's nothing wrong with being fat if you want
600 pounds, bro. You saying there's nothing wrong with that?
From my standpoint. Now, because apparently they like it. And I know a lot of people, they say, man, how could you let yourself get that big? And apparently there is a way, because you see them having a show about it, right?
You have to see it. Have you ever seen it?
I seen it before, like years and years ago.
I'm telling you, these people got routines on how they get like this. They wake up, you know what I mean? The ice cream man comes by their house, like shit like that. They order 3 pizzas for breakfast, knock them out, and
but that's their addiction, right?
Yeah, that's their shit.
But my thing is now, how has the economy affected them? Because if you all fat like that,
you gotta eat.
You got to work like everybody. You got to get up and do something or whatever, unless they're on Social Security.
Work
and if they are 3 pizzas, that shit is not. I don't care how many coupons you got.
That's light, bro. I swear that's like. I saw one where they ate that on the way.
How are they paying for it?
They usually have enablers for sure.
Right,
it's not all them typically.
It should come to
almost never. It's just them.
How are they dealing with the enablers? Like if they would cut them off,
it ain't no cutting off. They're usually sassy or something, or they got, they're dealing with them or they're in a relationship even sometimes, so it's like, imagine.
I just thought that they might would, attack the enabler.
Bro, these
if
people
they
are
not physically.
I'm
talking about like to make them put them on a guilt trip for them to keep, supporting.
You got to watch it. Different situations, different things, you know what I'm saying? Some people might be like the verbal, or they might physical. I haven't seen that, but I'm sure.
I don't think I'm gonna watch that though. I don't want to watch a show about fat people.
Disgustingly intriguing. I wouldn't want to watch
a show about fat people, man. Because are they trying to get skinny?
They are. They go to.
Let's just say not skinny, but are they trying to get healthy? Because there's plenty of big people, you know what I'm saying, that are healthy as hell. So it's not that you're fat and disgusting or whatever for no reason. Although there's a lot of people like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like they're not even trying, you know what I'm saying? And those are the people that I see sometimes really, and it's like when they're feeding them, it's like when they're feeding themselves, they're feeding like an angry bear or something like that. They're like pushing shit in their mouth, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta feed this thing, like, as opposed to just even really saying, some people, I mean, really, they be eating and the veins be just popping and they be like, all like, flush and shit. I'm like, God damn, man, it's like they're attacking themselves.
They love that shit, man.
And then when I look at it and see them like they're fat, it makes me, feel a certain kind of way for them, like, because it's like, it looks like it's unhealthy what you're doing to yourself,
You know what that?
And it doesn't look like they're enjoying that. It don't look like they're enjoying their food, man. It looks like they're just doing it because they gotta feed a need. You know what I'm saying?
They're addicted. You already said they're addicted, bro. They're addicts. But
you could be an addict and make it look good. You know what I'm saying? And like, this is just delectable, you know. I like eating a lot of shit
come
as
back to
opposed to
that
just
statement.
cramming your motherfucking mug and shit, man.
I gotta come back to that statement, bro. Addicts making it look good, but you were describing, bro, these people eating this food, not understanding it. Brought to me the good old word of the day, bro.
Oh my goodness.
The word of the day. Seeing this, I'm feeling you. I'm looking at you.
Word of the day.
Your expression.
Word of the day.
The description you're saying, bro. You seem a little convoluted.
Convoluted.
Right. And convoluted.
Yeah, what does that mean? I've always heard that.
It's usually used talk about like an argument or a story or a sentence, but it's extremely complex and difficult to follow. So you're sitting there thinking about these overweight, you know what I mean, literally killing themselves, people taking every bite, bro. People are even making a show about it.
You said it was interesting.
It is. I'll be honest, because they are in fact trying to lose weight, right? But they go to this doctor. It's always the same doctor, so he's got his little niche in the show, and he's telling them, "Boom, you got to do this. You do this. You do this," and then he sends them on their way, and it's like, are they gonna do that or not? Do they fall to their, you know what I mean, their old ways? Do they fight back? Some of them do good. Some of them relapse. Like it's, you know what I mean, like a real drug.
Well, it is a drug. Food is a drug. That's why, I hear all of these people talking about, texting while you're driving. I used to watch people, man, coming in and out from their lunch breaks and shit like that, driving, getting their fast food and what have you. And they're just as distracted eating as that you would be texting and shit, So, it's not just that you can be distracted from texting, So if you're going to stop people from texting in a way, stop people from freaking eating. You know what I'm saying? And driving.
No,
that's just,
I feel like that's
I've been seeing people trying to put their condiments on their shit while they driving and eating it and smacking. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
I've seen a French fry get ketchup.
And so that's a distraction nonetheless. You know what I'm saying?
You got a sentence for our word of the day, though? I can't let OG Lee slide. You know what I mean? You usually hit a sort of little sentence for our word, convoluted. I know you got some, dog. Layman.
I don't know, man. Convoluted. I guess any conversation like the one we're having could be convoluted,
complex,
especially one that's talking about what's amounting to with a lot of us is obesity. You know what I'm saying? And that's why somebody asked me about that not too long ago, and I was explaining it in terms of time, as opposed to getting on a scale every week or whatever, to really look at it and say, look at your progress that you've been, how you've been progressing, gaining weight. Now, if I were you, I would look at, if I'm say 30, look at when you become 35. If you keep going this route, you know what I'm saying? At 35, man, you're going to be so overweight. And the one key thing is, it's easy to gain, or seems easy to gain. And it's hard to lose. You know what I'm saying? And most people don't want to be overweight, because overweight in most instances is equating to unhealthy. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, damn near
so
every time.
Nobody wants to be unhealthy.
For
Like I said, most conversations that are complex, can be very convoluted to the point where it could be a disagreement, Yeah, because some things too people never agree on.
And let me tell you this. On that sentence, I'll give you a D.
Hey, that one deserved a D. I wouldn't argue with the teacher. I'd be like,
yeah, you're not failing.
I might even accept if she say I plagiarized and shit. Yeah.
Nah, you wouldn't have had to cheat for that one. But
yeah. That's a fair grade. That's the kind of grades I was getting. That was made me drop out and shit, man. You got to be a better teacher than that. You know what I'm saying? You got to first hit me with the, son, you got a lot of potential.
No, I ain't none of that, man. I'm like, hey, you dumb boy. Do you want to get smarter?
No, man. That's how they do a lot of people.
Yeah,
man.
They really do, for real.
And some people need that pat on the back. You know what I'm saying? Because you could really break them, especially if it's young. they're young, and you start really.
Really, everybody needs that. I don't know who would learn good without re-encouragement.
No, some people. I mean, especially if you're not young. But
I'm about to say,
know,
starting out like you're really like teaching somebody.
Yeah.
It's
It helps. You know what I'm saying? Because that gives them motivation to want to continue to learn shit.
Yeah.
Although teaching is tiresome, man. And I can see why a lot of parents, really don't pay attention to their kids. I'm serious, man. That's why I say I'll be with my grandkids every day. And I could literally see why parents, every chance they get, they try to put their kid off on somebody, daycare, this and that. And I said, they really don't pay attention to how much time they really have. You know what I'm saying? Once you look at how much time you spend at work, you know what I'm saying? By the time you get home, you give them a little snack, eat. You don't spend that much time with them, So it's important to really look at that. It takes
a village. I'm telling you, get all that love in there,
but
man.
Kids are a lot of trouble. But I mean, it's rewarding also. But kids are a lot of trouble, man, and they take a lot of time. They're not just trouble all the time. But it takes a lot to raise a child, man, that commitment that you have to have for that. And a lot of people, they get the kids and they really don't have that commitment, especially if they get the child when they're really young. And they don't understand those things. Like you said, who wouldn't want to reward the child or, reinforce them and give them positive learning? There's a lot of people that don't know that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that don't know how to raise kids in general, but they are raising kids. And sometimes those kids that they raise, they turn out to be adults who are not,
broken, bro. That's what they turn out to be, bro.
That's one way to describe them.
And I feel like some people in that situation, like they're broken, they got this emptiness in them, and then they use their kids to fill that emptiness with inside of them. Things that they didn't do, they try to kind of set their kids up to like fulfill stuff that they didn't do. Really, I feel like a lot of people do that. Use their kids as like a second chance for some shit that they didn't, do properly or
I don't see anything wrong with that if I left it up to the kid.
That's the main thing. Most people don't though. I'm telling you, they don't. It's like their goal.
And it depends on what it is though. You know what I'm saying? Because some people realize that if I left it up to this child, they would not choose the things that I know they need to be successful, especially if it has to do with, for instance, like subject matter, right? Yeah, and they say, okay, I know my kid wouldn't want to have a tutor in science, a tutor in math, but I know if he's going to be the pharmacist, if he wants to going to be, working in nuclear medicine like his dad, or blah, he needs to have these certain subjects, you know what I'm saying? And really study them, but, more than the average Joe.
Do you think that some people make the error of doing or of trying to recreate the same things that made them successful, and some of those things aren't needed necessarily in the future from when they were working on themselves becoming successful?
Yeah, they would have to be able to pick and choose, cherry pick what those things are that played out, and they don't know because it works for them. So it's still, especially a lot of them got their habits when they were young, right? Mm-hmm. So they were impressible at that time. So they're not going to be able to tell you too much that's counter to that, especially if they're successful.
So I would think that right there, there's some research that needs to be done on these older school people trying to, shape the youth for the future.
Well, you have to know, again, how to cherry pick to know what would be successful for the future. And
that's the research.
What's played out. Right?
You can't just put your whole whop on them trying to expect for that to be a good thing for what's going on now.
Some things that you want to pass on, like morals and values, that's think key. They never play out.
Yeah.
But some of these people, for instance, now they do. In the different in the different ages. And so that's something that like old school a lot of times does not want to play out. You know what I'm saying? Some of the morals and values that we had, especially as Black people, because we were much more way more conservative than people are now.
Yeah, I would think morals and values from just like a generational sense shouldn't be forgotten type of deal. I'm thinking more of direct paths, to success. Like even in some instances, like if we have a business already, if that's what we're doing, if you're not going to school to get something specific, for the business, you could probably just teach them what they know at that
Oh,
point.
you can. A lot of people do that. Yeah.
That type of deal. But some people, like I said, in this newer generation, the old school could be like, okay, so this is what our business needs. This is what you need to go to school for specifically. You know what I'm saying? That type of deal is I think kind of like the guidance that people need. If you're
The
really
main
trying
thing
to build
that
some
at
like
old school, that I would say old school would say to new school is listen, first of all, to old school and see what it is, because they, excuse me, are really going to be the successors and the ones who really need to do the cherry picking to really see that what is needed and what's not, right? But they have to first be open-minded, listen to what old school is teaching them about what that old school is passing on,
Factual.
right? Then you look at it, and if we're talking about somebody who's getting mature and everything, right? Then they look at it and realize, you know what? This part of this we don't need. And as a matter of fact, if I'm going to be forward thinking, I got to look at it and say, this is what we need to adopt to keep up with the future. And that's how that keeps going. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be first open-minded to just not be like some people and be like, oh, I don't need that. I don't need to listen to old school on this. If they were successful, they're telling you this for a reason.
old school, new school.
You know? And that's where you lose it. Even when you come to what we talked about coming in, which is losing weight, right? If you trust the person, you know what I'm saying, then you would know that, all right, I'm going to listen to them first. You know what I'm saying? If they telling me something from what they see. And they looking at it, and if they expressing concern, it must be they could have saw a lot of people, or at least some people, in the same situation, and they saw how it turned out. And now they're trying to tell you just based on my history. Yep. I'm not telling you what to do and all these disclaimers we put into it. But bottom line is, hey, if I were you, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I like that, bro. And look, I like the delivery. You might give it in phases, right? Okay. Hey, you're teaching me something, man. You teaching me something. And I know you teaching them something if they've been sitting and listening, right? So I think what they could do, maybe they could
subscribe.
Comment. They could subscribe. I'm telling you, them social media is coming. Y'all like
them
man.
subscribers
y'all
are
been
going
talking
up,
about
man.
y'all's workout journey.
Slowly but surely, the subscribers are going up.
Yeah. Why? Stay with us, bro. Grow with us. We getting it together. We learning. We growing. Sometimes convoluted on things, but you know what I mean? We work it out. But hey, we gonna take us a little break, man. Get us a little fill up. Old school, new school. OG Lee, UNDE. We'll be right back, baby. And we are back, baby.
Back on the scene.
A cool one, man. Hey, in the break, I was thinking, or I had been looking at my past predictions, you know. Sometimes I like to pat myself on the back.
Attaboy.
Because I'm still thinking, them Timberwolves, bro. I think they might take it all. They might take it all, bro. I'm seeing, Dallas. I don't know they're going to deal with the Thunder.
Man, if that dude Edwards brings them a championship and does it
when he's 22,
undefeated, because so far they're undefeated in the playoffs.
Oh, no, that
if he brings the whole thing home undefeated,
has that ever happened?
I don't think so. But if he brings the whole thing home undefeated, I'm going to compare him, unfortunately, to Michael Jordan, even though the kid is just starting out. I'm gonna have to do that because I've seen him do some things,
he's different, bro. He's got potential. He's got poise. That boy got to pull up.
But one thing I've seen him do in the game more than Michael Jordan, to me, is be above the rim and like throw the ball down through the rim.
He's on crazy verticality.
I see him doing that already in his young career, to me, more than Michael Jordan. It's like, this motherfucker's so high, here this nigga come hitting his head on the back of the fucking rim and shit like that.
Acrobat to my 2K fans, bro. He got acrobat, you know what I'm saying? Finisher, he's in a bag. He got a deep bag. But the pull-up is getting crazy. That's really what's been surprising me the most.
Yeah.
He's pulling up and letting
He's been watching a lot of film, man, and knowing, hey, this is my go-to damn near shot.
And then, this is just, he's so young. That's really the craziest part. He has the pull-up shot,
Making his shot off the dribble.
Like you said, the verticality, and then he will get into that midi post game too, boy. Body, fade away like he Kobe or Jordan.
Yeah.
Got reading pick and rolls with Rudy Gobert. So come on, man. Who is this guy?
Yeah.
22? He could still be in the NCAA.
Hey, what who was I thinking? Yeah, Kevin Durant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did he came out of high school?
No, he went to Texas for a year or two or something like that.
Okay, now that I remember seeing that uniform now on him, that color brown,
that burnt orange, that's
just a drab uniform they had. There's really nothing to Texas. The old one. Anyway. I don't know what they got. I don't know
love that burnt orange, boy.
I guess if you played for them and you got the following, I'm just saying it just looks like just a ho hum type of a uniform. But yeah, I remember he played for that.
Give me a good example. What you like?
I mean, I don't necessarily like any of them. I just thought that one, the color, most people try to have, and have that something real vibrant type,
You want everybody to be like Oregon or something like that.
Not everybody, but I mean, you keep the Texas color you want. I'm just saying, when I'm thinking about seeing Durant in that uniform of old, it just seemed like, it was a uniform that was just drab.
The why?
Whereas I see some.
I really don't feel you, but I
and the Oregon though with that neon type shit. In some ways, that's to me a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying?
You can't.
Because that's kind of distracting, But it's a color. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's a new school color. That and that fluorescent pink type shit and that same glow type of yellow or whatever.
So you just can't be satisfied. You can't give me a jersey like.
Well, I think
Oregon is too much.
I think when I look at some of these, like a Miami or something like that with like an orange and a green or something like that.
You want to start rocking some gear. You like your jackets you got. OG Lee got a vintage jacket.
If I show that, somebody would have to have that.
Yeah, they definitely would for sure.
But anyway, something like that. And who is it? They got the gold and the black. It's a Midwest team, if I'm not mistaken. And then Michigan is yellow and black. Jawan Howard. And them, isn't it yellow and black?
Blue at Michigan. Though.
Is it blue?
Like
yellow and blue? I'll even go for that. The yellow and the navy. Yeah.
Can I hit you with a new school, bro?
And I like the light blue and white, like a North Carolina. I think
that's Tar Heels.
Yeah.
I was walking through North Carolina so long, I got Tar Heels. But shout out Sioux Surf. That's just where my mind went. But can I hit you with a new school?
Absolutely not.
This one, I'm giving it anyway. No Diddy, bro. And this, you'll get fully funded, however much money you need, on whichever decision you make. You got 3 decisions, bro. A city that you can build to your liking. You got 3 locations you can build this city. It can be a floating city in water. Fully funded by you. You get to pay for everything however you want to build it.
Fully funded by me?
Not by you. I meant to say fully funded. And you get to choose whatever you want. Not fully funded by you. Fully funded by elsewhere. But you get a city floating in water. Mm-hmm. You can have a city that is, floating in the sky. Or a city on the moon. Those are the 3 choices you got to build said city. However you want it to be, where would you choose?
Who's going to be living in the city?
It's up to you. Occupants, you know what I'm saying? Cover however many people you want. It could be a whole civilization.
I think I'm going to do it. If I get the opportunity, I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to be coming back because that's a hell of a trip. But the moon.
Up on the moon, you getting on out of there?
Yeah. But they got to guarantee me, man, that I'll be like able to just wake up and be on the moon and shit.
You're not trying to take that trip?
I'm not trying to go through all that shit, man, that right now if they told me I could go to the moon, I'm not going to the moon. You know what I'm saying? If I could wake up and be in the moon, then yeah, but I don't want to go through all of that getting to the moon and shit, man.
Just go
I don't want to fuck with all that shit.
That would be a wild trip, bro.
Very wild.
There's no way they can normalize that, right? Or I mean, take a generation or 2.
I think what they're going
vertical.
I think what they're going to do is what I think they probably do to people now. You drug them up, you put them under, with a drug for a certain amount of hours of the trip. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, there's so many people freaking out on that trip.
Then you just wake up, boom, you're there. I think they probably do that to people going from like here to like, Japan, or like Far East and shit like that.
Say Saudi and like Japan go in on like a bullet train to the moon. Takes 4 hours. You on it?
No, because I really don't want to travel to Saudi. So if I gotta get on it in Saudi, and I'm really ain't trying to go to Japan, you know what I'm saying? So
I think I would like to go to Japan, honestly.
It's nice. I just touched down there when I went to South Korea. Mm-hmm. So all of that's nice, but and Japan is not that far when you think about the stops you make. But
what stops
you're going to stop in Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? You're going to come from California, West Coast, usually San Francisco or something like that, and then stop in Hawaii. Then from Hawaii to Japan, I think it's just like maybe 4 or 5 hours or something like that, if that, something like that. Mm. And then from Japan is when we went to South Korea. So the whole thing is maybe like 15 hours or something like that. But you do make some intermittent stops
in between.
But Saudi is a different story. Saudi in the air, I think, is like 14 hours, no matter where you leave from them there. It's I think, if I'm not mistaken.
How do we not have bullet trains all over the place already?
Well, why would you think?
I mean, the funding.
I think anything this country wants, especially if it comes from the government, it could be funded because the government just prints money, right? So it's not that. What you think it is?
I just told you what I thought it was.
What do we have now? If you want to go, if you I ain't taking no planes, but I need to travel across country.
What kind of borders and stuff?
What mode of transportation are you gonna take? If you know you're not gonna take a plane, right?
Driving.
You either drive or what's happening now as opposed to a bullet train, a regular train. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Right? Amtrak or whatever they call it, which a lot of that is already, the government is running some of it. But the bottom line is, let's say that Amtrak is your livelihood, right? Mm-hmm. You gotta be plugged in government-wise if you down with Amtrak CEO and all of this shit. I'm sure they got a union, all of this shit. They strong, right? So if a bullet train came, what is that gonna do? That's gonna take these motherfucking Amtrak people who with all the interest and all of that shit. That takes them out, right? Okay. And that's a big business. Major business, right? So why would we want that?
But it would be
a lot of things in America is held back because of politics, when we could be far gone like other countries. But politics holds us back, right? Because other people have interest where they don't want that progression because they got a financial interest in what's coming,
A couple generations, say less.
Yeah.
We's free. We's free.
Thank God Almighty, we's free.
This one right here is...
This one right here?
This one right here.
This what right here?
MINDCRUSHER.
Come on, man. Come on.
This is a congratulations. It's you.
Yo, who was that? Congratulations. That was a hell of a record, man. You remember that?
I just want to say congratulations.
No, congratulations. I thought it was. Man, that is the shit. Standing here, congratulations.
I'm asleep.
Everybody knows that one.
On R&B
that is out of your generations. But once you hear it, you might would hear it. You might would know it. I mean, but congratulations. Yeah. Shout out to that girl. I forget who she is, but. That I don't know if she was a one-hit wonder.
So we both just saying songs.
I don't know if she was a one-hit wonder. I know this girl. She got like a one-name name. I think it is like But yeah, congratulations. Yeah, that's one of them. I think they might be playing it at weddings and shit like that.
We gotta look it up.
It's
bro.
a major.
We
It's
just
major.
both shot in the
Congratulations.
dark. We both shot in
Alan
the
knows
dark.
it. I know he just ain't saying it, but congratulations. The R&B mode. Oh my God.
I have to look it
Such
up.
I'm sure she's still getting what you call that shit.
Royalties.
Yeah, there you go.
You know that. You know that.
Yeah. But anyway, what's
congratulations?
Congratulations.
It's you.
That's one of them words, man, that could be in a spelling contest that would give a lot of people some trouble. Because it doesn't, because it doesn't spell like it sounds. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the phonetics of it.
T and D.
Because we say congratulations. Anybody might think it had a G or a J. Congratulations, right?
It does have a G.
Yeah, but that's in the congratu. I'm talking about on that other syllable down there. You know, congratulations down about the end. Congratu. Go ahead.
This is congratulations. It's you. If you had the opportunity to raise a clone of yourself.
Did we have this one before?
I don't believe so. I don't possibly. But as your own child, would you do it?
But as your own child.
Yeah, you raise them. You know?
Clone myself and then raise it as my kid?
You're not cloning yourself. If you had the opportunity, it's a clone of yourself. You didn't clone yourself. It's a clone of yourself, and you got the opportunity to raise it. Kind of on the topic that we were saying before. You could potentially make this clone better than you. But it's just a baby that you're raising. Happens to be a clone of yourself. You didn't clone it, though.
But clone or no clone, my kid should do better than me, even if I don't put a whole hell of a lot into him.
Yeah.
Right? And it depends, man. It depends. To me, see, when you look at history, right, and to me, that's really how you have to look at things. And look at how things are as you come through, right? Because right now, for whatever reason, we are not slaves. We do know we had ancestors maybe that were slaves, right? And that's when they came through, right? We coming through now where we have running water. There was times where people didn't listen to Shannon Sharp. I guess just a few years ago, right? 30 years or whatever, he was still using our house, no showers or whatever. So it just really depends to me what point you come along in history, you know? At some point, people may or may not, because I'm thinking about these chains, right? At some point, it might have, 20 chains on them or whatever, weighing them down. But
Mr. T
depending
did
on
that, man. I see old school did that.
What point you come along in history? There would have been a point in history where people would have thought it was ridiculous to put that much money on something around your neck. You know what I'm saying? But things have changed. It would have been ridiculous to even put that into some kind of jewelry as opposed to using it for something social, maybe. So, I mean, we just living in crazy times.
Crazy time. So how many chains is too many, man? Let me know. Or is there a respectable chain that you can wear? Just a nice little, or no chains? How you feeling?
I used to wear a nice little Figaro, man.
Figaro.
They're really killing people when it comes to buying gold. You know what I'm saying?
Break it down.
Gold is overpriced. When and you gotta convince people to do whatever, right? So if you get some finished gold, right? Gold on the market right now is like around $2,300 an ounce, right? So in terms of gold content, and I see people talking about they spent $1 million. In terms of gold content, my neck should be weighed the fuck down at $2,300 an ounce.
You said back problems.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't see myself getting a small amount of gold.
People aren't rocking gold though, you know that, right?
I don't know what they rocking. I see motherfuckers with a lot of diamond shit. It could be maybe even platinum,
Yeah,
whatever.
I think it's even less expensive than gold.
Oh, less expensive?
I'm thinking so, honestly.
Yeah.
Unlike
Well,
the like
nowadays-
jeweler side, but on the consumer side, I think they're like
Yeah.
upselling it. But
I
if I'm not mistaken,
I think
could
that what they're doing now, like anything else, they gotta bring some phoniness to it. You know what I'm
Come on,
saying?
they
In other words, put
stepped on it.
put other metals to it. But it's acceptable in the industry. You see what I'm saying? Because there's just not enough gold to go around. All of these people that want to have all of this type of gold.
And then, of course, everyone in
Jewelry
the industry
and all
kind
that
of
type of
goes
shit.
to a specific guy who's reputable. That's kind of like the thing. That
Yeah,
Johnny
yeah.
Dang, you know what I mean? Or,
Yeah.
throwing around names like that.
Yeah.
But
And that's what you're
did
paying
you answer
for a
my
lot of
question,
time.
bro? Old school and new school. Look, if you watch the last 2 episodes, he likes to be charismatic, right? And then he convolutes sometimes his sentences.
About what?
bro.
About what?
Are you raising your clone or not? It's not your clone. You didn't clone it. You doing it? You said you could. Of course, they'll be better than you. I'm just asking, are you gonna raise them, bro?
Well, in a real world situation, I would ask, if I didn't raise them, what would happen to them?
Probably adopted to be raised by somebody else. Maybe you meet them in a later life. Be strange.
Go on, son. Go.
But is
Go.
it your son?
He's a little black dude, right?
Is it your son though? Does that make you your son?
Go with those white people.
I think this is gonna be a topic. This is for the
Go
posterity,
with those white
right?
people who want to adopt you
Once,
make a point.
once you're cloned, bro, is it your son at that point? Are they like your offspring?
Well,
'Cause
you
that's
got to be
gonna be a
cloned based on my DNA, right?
Yeah.
So then he would look like me, do everything, be like me and shit.
I guess making
Poor fella.
your offspring, yeah, they just have your DNA essentially.
I don't know that much about that cloning shit. That's, to be honest, you have to have like that shit in science, as far as in grade school or whatever, right? And wanted to study that. Otherwise, most people don't know shit on. Let me just speak for myself. Other people are probably smarter than me. They know a lot more about cloning and science and all of that DNA and all that shit. I don't. When I hear that shit, I'm like, that gets deeper.
So we're talking like Charlie Brown?
It gets,
Womp, 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 womp,
yes,
womp.
it gets deep into shit. It's like, man, it's kind of, and I'm proud of these people who do that shit because they know how to make a fucking pig into a horse and all kind of crazy shit they do scientifically.
Yeah, one time I made a pig start talking from a frog heart.
I don't know about all that shit, boy. So you should be doing some shit out there with these people, man.
Yeah, it took a couple scalpels.
Because there's some
and
crazy
some
people doing some
scaffolds,
crazy
but,
shit.
Yeah. 2 scalpels, 3 scaffolds.
I can remember. Shout out to John Campanella, man, if he's still alive. But this dude I went to school with,
John
man,
Campanella, an
and I
Italian
remember
guy.
it was the 7th grade. He a smart motherfucker, John Campanella. But anyway, I remember in the 7th grade, we had to dissect a pig in science class, and he fainted. He fell out, man. Pulled the pig out of the thing, and he just sort of boop.
Bum, bum,
Fell
quick,
out, man.
Quick or what?
Right off the top, as soon as he saw it. But now, he knew everything about everything to do with that shit because he was smart in every subject, man. And I really do wonder what happened to him. He was so fucking smart, man. But anyway, yeah. So he was the last one that we'd even thought about would pass out when he saw the pig.
Oh God!
But yeah, as soon as he saw it, because he knew all the anatomy and the physiology, all that type shit on the pig.
Oh my Lord!
But once he saw it, that motherfucker crashed.
Bum bum.
It was funny.
I was about to sign us out, bro. This might be too deep for the final topic.
What, did they got rid of Darvin Ham? Shout out to Darvin Ham though, because all I could say about that is, at least he could say he been there and did that. You know what I'm saying? And got paid to do it.
Curse.
That was his dream, I'm sure. And was he ever a player? Because I don't remember that
I truly
name.
don't know. But is that a correlation, bro? If you don't do good with LeBron, do you get fired instantly?
Yeah, because it's like, all you got to do is just kind of know when to put this motherfucker out and when to give him a rest.
You can't do that with Bron. I think you do get fired. It's like probably written in your contract, bro.
No, I think that because he did 2 seasons, right? Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah,
and I think the owners and all of them, like we just picked these black dudes and shit, man. Not that they're that bad, but that's really not who we wanted.
No, we just
to keep the league happy, we got to put one in every once in a while. So we really didn't want him the first year. He didn't do shit the second year as well. He's got to go. and we gonna put another one in, and it looked like they gonna put my man, who's the white guy they get ready to put in there? They talking about. He was a college.
JJ Reddick.
JJ Reddick, yeah.
Him and LeBron have a podcast going on too. Shout out to them.
Oh, so that would be real good because LeBron, they said he want to do like 5 more years.
For real?
Yeah, he said he wanted.
You bullshitting or not?
It said like they told him like the NBA told him like Social Security. Yo, if you stay till you 62, you get this amount. If you stay till you 67, we'll give you this amount.
If Bronny stays
so he said he's staying
55.
for 5 more years. Yeah.
Oh man.
But what a life, man.
What a life, man. How much time we at? What time we at right now?
Nobody's looking at the time, man.
Nobody. Hey.
Nobody.
Cause this right here, you hit me with it.
You know some of them old Negro spirituals?
So wait.
They used to sing
That's a
this
classic. The Wade in the Water.
Wade in the Water. Now what? I heard the Wade in the Water. I never really listened to the lyrics. Have you?
I mean,
because I don't know why they wading in the water.
Wait, I don't know if is this it was a particular.
You should know your history.
Like
I guess I should. Why are they wading in the water? Even though why are they wading in the water?
I was about to tell you. I didn't know 18 something. I don't know Imbo or Isbo people that just like drowned rather than go into slavery.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know if that was a real. That's what kind of where my mind goes. they kind of on that, like they on some real.
What, you keep singing "Wade in the Water" till you drown?
Yeah, they're real. Come on, man.
They're
real ancestral.
Wading in the water is kind of like you kind of like just standing in the water. You know what I'm saying?
Then what?
Like when you're fishing and shit like that, you kind of wading in the water.
Waters?
Huh?
Is God gonna trouble? What does he say?
But I mean, if they were the type of people who preferred like to be drowned as opposed to going into slavery or back into slavery,
that's some real shit.
I wouldn't be wading in the water. I just jump in. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would think. Because wading is, like I said, when you're standing in the water.
Bro, they gotta walk though. They had to walk. You know what I'm saying? To deeper water, from some shallow water to deeper water.
They went in the water with chains.
They was chained up, bro. Yeah.
The white people didn't try to pull them back in because that was their money.
Yeah.
Now, if they was just swimming all independently, it would have been hard. But if they in chains, I'd have been like, "Hell, get your asses back," because that's their money, man.
You're sick.
Because listen. When them people used to come over, only a relatively few, not a few, but a good portion died because they were in very squalor conditions coming over. You see what I'm saying?
That's
so
what I'm saying.
once the ones that made it to America, man, they wasn't trying to lose them. You know what I'm saying? That's that money.
This is I'm pretty sure on the banks of where they were coming from, type of deal.
Yeah, but I don't know the history of Wade in the Water. But I heard that song. I would like to know that to see what was going on at that time for people to be singing Wade in the Water.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna spend too much time researching that though. Because are you ever gonna sing that?
What?
Wade in the Water. You don't go to church, right? And I don't even think they sing stuff like that in church anymore. Yeah. That would be like old school as compared to new school.
I'm in an interracial relationship, so sometimes I do just start singing like Negro spirituals all of a sudden. If I think my wife's telling me to do too much or something like that. So sometimes, Wade in the Water might.
You could probably sing any slow song and she would think it's a slave song, right? Because they don't know.
Sometimes I make them up. Sometimes I do make them up.
I know.
And you can't correct me because, I know this.
Hey,
this is the shit I'm on.
You know what would be one of my songs if I had a white wife?
What's that?
I'm gonna get me a shot. Gonna shoot every whitey I see.
It's the 60s.
Shout out to Garrett Morris. I'm gonna get me a shot. Gonna shoot every whitey I see.
That's
just when she got me mad. She know I love her.
Them 60s. So pretty much if you were born in the 60s, you have to be a little racist if you're gonna be honest with yourself, right?
As a white person or a black person? Because black race. People, as they say, can't be racist. Because we don't control anything to be racist, to enforce racism.
Is that I don't know. Is that valid?
Yeah. Black people to me are reactionaries. The racism comes from, like we were talking about the other day, face value, right? You step out the house, you got to deal with whatever. And they were judging you. You weren't judging them.
But through, current situations, and I guess treatment black people could, start feeling a discern towards.
Now, black people, others, now I was going to say black people could be racist the way we react to like Hispanics.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah,
but
I
black
feel like
people can't be
racism is only
racist
black
to
and white people.
black people can't be racist really to white people. Not in this country, the way this society has been built up.
So I feel like when people answer, it's just the black and white aspect. They don't even, give any.
Well, because Hispanics, man, they don't care for the most part. What the Hispanics are doing, if you look in this city, and it's like everywhere they go, and they're saying, you know what? This shit used to be ours. We're taking it back now. You know what I'm saying? And the white people, black people don't even realize it. Hispanics are just doing their thing. They're like, we stand out all this shit. We come, we do our thing. We still have our 4 kids per family. Before you know, we're going to outnumber these motherfuckers. We keep coming. We buy shit. We keep building churches. We got banks we go to. We slowly but surely, before they know it, we fucking everywhere on everything.
Organization.
And they're like, hey, this used to be our shit. You know what I'm saying? Texas, all this shit, New Mexico. Oh, we taking all that shit back. Before they know it, we're going to be marching on Canada and shit.
Yeah. But this one, bro, you told me this one. I didn't know where you were going with this.
I told you?
Well,
check that shit.
The life purpose. It was one of those ones. You just kind of hit me with it. Passed by. I'm like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? Dropped it on me. Oh, shit. You know what I'm saying?
What is your life's purpose?
That's what you said. What is your life's purpose? What you mean by that, bro? That's some deep. I didn't know where you go. You talking? You know what I'm saying?
Like me.
As
my life's purpose is to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
You a rapper?
Yes.
Drop us some shit, bro. You got.
I ain't got nothing right now, but I'm never gonna just drop something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's what they're gonna pay me to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just gonna drop something for free. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be that kind of person. I'm gonna be straight up business and only drop. When I'm getting paid to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Kendrick dropped a response track in 10 minutes. So, happens.
Kendrick Lamar. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've heard the name, man, but I know some of his shit, but I can't really say that I know it, really. And I really can't say that I want to know it. Because, I mean, if I kept up with every young rapper now, I would have
kind of older now, but I feel you.
But it's so many rappers, man. Some of them are good. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar is like one of the best, I understand, right? He was one of the
he might be on a few people's Mount Rushmore.
Where's he from? California?
Yeah, he's the West Coast. Yeah, so we was banging it the other day. You was crip throwing.
What was the record?
Was it Time for Us or something like that? It's the most recent one he dropped with that West Coast bop. You was crip walking. You don't remember that?
No, man, because crip walking is so easy, but it's so hard, man.
Yeah. We got to get some footage.
I think if I was doing some crip walking, I'd be tripping and shit like that, man.
Come on.
But once you know how to do it, you can make it look so easy.
Yeah.
But I'm too old for crip walking and shit. I'll fuck around and fall and break a hip and shit like that.
You're going to be crip walking and end up crip walking.
It's going to be called hip walking and shit. I'll break a hip, man.
Hey, that might be an old school bop.
Hip walking. Oh, yeah, because a lot of people who
unlike you be on like a little,
yes.
what's the thing called?
Yes, and think about who you could sell it to. Like the orthopedic places after somebody had a hip surgery.
And they trying to get
and they
down.
Go through, you show them hip walking.
Hey.
With that, that could be big.
Wow.
That could be big.
A hip.
That shit could be big.
A hip.
I'm telling you, a lot of people get hip surgery once they get a certain age, man.
Hey, we might be on to some old school. We might have to drop some choreographs, some choreography, you know what I'm saying? Hey, but it's old school, new school, man. It's UNDE. It's OG Lee.
Once again.
Y'all sat back, got entertained. Are you not entertained? It's old school, new school, man. OG Lee, UNDE, man. Go like, comment, subscribe. Schoolies.
Subscribe.
We love y'all, man.
Subscribe.
We out.